Morning. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, and see the guy over at his garage, just standing there with his back turned, with the door open. Now, if you notice, I don't know whether I put that video up or not yesterday, but the guy in back of me did the same move. Now, when you see them near the vehicles, when they're touching something, I can feel it. If they're away from the vehicles and their hands are up, I won't feel it. But like he's standing by that truck. Now, um, I really got up this morning because, as you know, with the witchcraft they tried to do, and I was really tired. So I'm just waking up, and I go in the kitchen, and again, water is everywhere. Again, trying to keep me from processing my food. And that little laughter is my ringtone. And they do that every time I'm trying to do something, make a video or something. And even though I've cut off all the notifications, I shouldn't get any sound at all. Even though I've uh, cut the notifications off, unsubscribed, and blocked things, people, every time I'm trying to do something, I still get that uh, laughter. But it's fine with me. I like the sound of children laughing, real children. But notice he's still standing by the truck. He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything at all. He's not looking for anything. He's just standing there. Is that normal behavior for people? Does he want to touch that device? But since I have that camera on, he doesn't? Let's see who else is out here this morning. Well, they sitting in their cars. I hear them started up over here somewhere. But I really don't have time to play with them this morning. Oh, it's that band. I really don't have time to play with them this morning because I really still have to go get my kitchen together and dehydrate them eggs. Uh, let's see what transpires during the day. Now, I'm going to go in, and because I don't feel it right now. Notice she has to stop and talk to him, or he, whoever that is. Oh, you know what happened? I think because when I first tried to move in this apartment building, my cousin Lavera told me that I couldn't afford the rent. She didn't take Section 8, the rent was too high. But all of a sudden, when my other landlord wasn't doing what he's supposed to do, this apartment became available. And as I see now, as I said in the past, this was a setup. It's like, I know you've seen them movies before where the people move into a neighborhood or they go into a village and they are the sacrifice. They are meant to be the sacrifice. That the whole time, the whole village was setting it up for that great feast. All the witches, warlocks, the whole covenant had moved the person who had amazing powers to drain from. Their strength was coming from the sacrifice. Now, in one of the movies, the sacrifice never knew that these people knew he was, even though he was in the city. But they enticed him and made all kind of ways for him to wind up in that village. Look at him. So now they got all their doors open, the trunks open, and they're going to try to use it into weapons. But this is one sacrifice they hadn't banked on. They didn't bank on this sacrifice being able to be in a position to fight back. That God had given me the power to fight back. Now, number one, when they moved me in this area, they obviously knew I had some sort of power. So for them to think that they can drain it from me and not pay the consequences, if you already knew I was strong, that's why you wanted me here, why would you see after all the things you've done where you haven't gotten anywhere, would you continue? So all of them had to go in the alley. Now all of them are back out. Okay, so that didn't work. They worked together. They sure worked together as a covenant, like the witches yesterday. They truly worked together as a covenant, like the ones upstairs. Now, these officers are in on this too. They're part of the demons and part of this witchcraft. And I remember years ago, um, they were reporting on rituals and neighborhoods and things that were witchcraft that was going on, sacrifices, and all of a sudden they got covered up. There was no more reporting on the news or any news outlets about the witchcraft, the Satanism. But on a couple of police reports I got, especially when I was in a Midlothian, on the police report, they had a box that you could check, the officer could check if there was any Satanism involved. Now that struck me as curious. That was back in 2008. Why a police report would have a box to check whether Satanism was involved. So obviously this has been going on for a long time. Now they're gonna all take off. Now, what reason could you possibly give her for having to park there and sit and just sit? They're losing on every front. Well, let me go and show you this water that's on my floor again. Okay, let's go in and investigate. As you can see, water here, water there, water all at the door. And I just mopped this floor. Really? Water all here. Checked up. Nope. Now, this is what I'm saying. How can I be gone and the water turns on by itself? Really? So I wake up this morning and the water's on. But the thing was, this morning when I woke up a few minutes ago, there's no water. There's no water here. So I don't know how it ran over on the floor. I checked the pipes, and you see this toxic mold and stuff. This mess is still. It sounds like some water is leaking somewhere in there. Can you hear it? So is there another leak? Look at that mess. So it seems to be another leak under here. Amazing. 7 times in a row. Okay. Well, I'm gonna sweep this water out the door. I'm not gonna take my time up on this water. But I'm gonna call her and let her know that the pipes are leaking again and water's everywhere again. Oh, let the back door. But it's not gonna stop me from cooking today. I'm going to. I got my bags on my feet as usual. I have to keep them on. So I'm going to just sweep it out the back door and clean my kitchen up and hope I have the strength to go on and finish my work. You guys keep praying for me. I'll keep praying for you. Oh, tomorrow, come here is supposed to cut my lights off. Now, I finally got into that CETA office. I told you they was giving me fake addresses, and I would go to the CETA offices, and there were no such places there. So I finally got a valid address that I went to, and I filed the paperwork last month on I think it was the 30th. No, it was the 25th, because they were supposed to turn my lights off on the 27th. So I took them my paperwork to show them that my that I took my bills and everything, but I didn't have a disconnection notice. I forgot that at the house, and they said they couldn't do an emergency funding unless I had the disconnection notice. So I got home, I found the disconnection notice, and I was going to email it to them, and they said they have no email. How is that possible? Well, a business, CETA, Lahi, doesn't have an email for you to send them information. Just like the police department. The police department said they don't have email address either. The police department and CETA doesn't have an email address. So, as always, I have been trying to call because November the 7th is my deadline of when they're going to. They've been saying they're going to cut it off on the 24th, 27th, but they're still on. But November the 7th is the deadline of when they can cut it off. Now, I tried to get ComEd to fax me a copy of my destination notice while I was at CETA. ComEd say they can't do that because they don't have that paperwork. Now, you sent me a disconnection notice and you don't have a copy or anything showing that you sent me a disconnection notice? So you cannot, you want the bill to be paid? I'm at the CETA office, the one I finally found with the correct address. And now you're telling me that you can't send me a copy of a disconnection notice so I can get this emergency funding to pay this bill? I've never heard of anything like that. How you don't have access to a disconnection notice? You know, you said you're going to turn my lights out. But you don't have a copy of your paperwork or in things in your computer saying you're going to turn my lights out? Is that possible? But I found the disconnection notice, as I said, when I got home, and I called CETA to get an email address to send it to them. Now, the thing they kept saying was fax. We all know faxes have played out. And we all know faxes are not everywhere. You know, you can either text them and send them through your text, a copy through your text, or you can email. But people don't go and find facts, and they know I'm nowhere near a fact. But see, they try to tell me to do things that they know are inconvenient or impossible for me to do. They know exactly how much money I have in my wallet. They know I did not have money to go get that paperwork faxed. So they tell me they don't have an email or a phone number to text, really. But um, I told her when I looked at the paperwork, it said that they had put me down as being eligible for the emergency funds because he knew that I had uh, tried to get the disconnection order from ComEd. So he said it's verified that there is a disconnection because they were saying that they can give me the funds, whatever. But he said it was verified. So I called to see, tried to call and see, well, my application was because they said it only takes uh, 24 hours in order for you to get the assistance so your lights won't be turned off. So I've been trying to call and call since I think the 29th, something like that. I'll get the paperwork and look at it. But they won't answer the phone. And that's what most of them do, pays all of them. They won't answer the phone. Or they'll block it and assume. And I started deleting those. I have so many recordings where every time I call, they hang up on me. They hang up. They hang up. Or they'll send me another direction, send me to a number that is not the place. Now, even though I dialed the exact same number that I dialed a few minutes ago, I get somewhere else. So they do all kind of, or they block my phone. Like if it say push a button, push this button, they block it where the number I push won't register. So they've done all kind of techniques and stuff to use to keep me from getting through to these different organizations and businesses. But with Cedar, so what I do is I take two phones because I got two phones at work that still can call out. I just call on each phone, have them plugged up, and let them just sit on the side all day long until somebody finally answers. I've done that most of the time where I just set them up. Some of them take hour and a half. Some of them take 3 hours before they answer. And I think the last one was about 5 hours or something like that before they answered the phone. If they even answered, I don't know whether I just finally hung up after 5 hours. I don't know what it was. But I did reach a person one time. Now, this is just not one number. This is all the numbers. Because, you know, if you go to a business and the business doesn't answer, they have all these extensions, especially it's supposed to be the ones downtown. They have all these extensions. So, if one extension don't answer, I've learned that I will go to, and they know it. They know. I try another department. I go to another extension that has nothing to do with what I'm looking for, and then have them transfer me to the that is funny. And have them transfer me to the department I want to go to. But now they didn't get to the point where no matter what business I call, no matter how many extensions they got from 1 to 100, nobody answers the extension. They won't answer the extension. Everybody says nobody's at home. Leave a voicemail. Now we know that's not possible, especially for businesses. If you got a lot of different extensions, somebody should be answering those extensions somewhere, especially if it's a government agency. Government agencies and nobody's answering any extensions. Well, like I said, finally I got through, and I asked the young lady who answered I asked her, could she look up my status and see how far my application has gone. They're so crazy. They're just gonna keep on doing it. It only makes them look foolish, you know. And as you see, he just zoomed down. And what they do, they pull up on the side, like the blue card just stuff. He the one did that. They pull up on the side. They interfere with my service, and then they zoom off, or they touch me with the energy weapons by sitting on the side of me where I can't see them, and then they zoom off when I try to come outside. Now, as I was saying, I finally talked to her and I asked her what was happening with my application. And she said, well, she knew everything about me. She said, well, now listen to this. And these recordings, when you get a chance, and like I said, these recordings are for the people that's working on that side. Because nobody will believe the things that these people say. She said she knows my information. She said they have the application. But it won't be processed until they get the application, the paper part of the application. I said, what are you saying? Well, we have the information. We know you have the account here. We know you filled out all the paperwork. It says you approved, not approved, but that you did get the disconnection is imminent. But we won't process it until we get the hard copy. Now, you mean you need the paper application? She said they just know that the application is filed, but they don't get all the details until they get the paperwork. So them faxing the paperwork or emailing the paperwork meant they had to fax it, because remember, they don't have no email address. So them sending that doesn't mean a thing until they get the paper copies, hard copies. So I told her, well, how long did that take? And she said it takes 5 days from my local office to mail the application to them. So they won't process my application until they get a paper copy of the application. Really, I've never heard of such a thing. If you already got all the information from where they faxed it over to you, why would you have to wait 5 days for the paper to come in the mail? Now, that was 5 days ago. Maybe more. I still haven't heard anything about my application. Nobody has sent me a letter saying it was approved. And that's been since 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah, almost 2 weeks. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Whether my lights get cut off. Whether they did the emergency funding like they were supposed to. Whether the postman finally delivered my paper application to their main office. So let's see what happens with this one. But it's amazing that this whole system, this whole network is involved in this criminology, and whatever you want to call it, that people don't stand a chance of getting anywhere if these people don't want you to. But I get everywhere I want to go, because no matter what they do, no matter how far they go, I've been fighting these people for almost 20 years now. They have never been able to shut me down. And I don't have no resources. I don't have nothing but these little cheap phones. I have no monies, no vehicles, very few friends, and I got God though. I got God, and that's all I need. So I don't worry. Now they've been able to slow me down, and I gotta give them some credit. They've been able to slow me down, like put me to sleep. And so I can't do my work sometimes. Like, and I come in this kitchen and all this water on the floor, and I gotta do something to get rid of this water. But I'm gonna be back up and fighting. I'm gonna get them eggs on. So they can slow me down, but they can't stop me. Is that you guys? I didn't mean to make it this long. Let's see how many minutes is it? That's 25 minutes. I didn't want to make a video this long, but to tell the truth, I am glad that I'm in this time period. That God said this generation will not pass before we see things change. And He always put it in my spirit. He always told me that I would see justice. And God has never, 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 never lied to me. So I have all the faith. I have no fear. I'm going to act bold when it comes to speaking in His word. And guys, put your faith in the Lord. Man can't do nothing for you. He can't do nothing to you. The things that they can do to make it inconvenient for you, to make it hard for you, to take away material things. Sometimes even play with your families and stuff. Make you disappointed in your families. But you know what? This all you have to go through to see. God want to see where you're standing. Can you stand up? It's for you to. When I came back into the situation, I told God, I said, I'm willing to give up everything to stand for you. I'm willing to give up my family, my friends, because I know whatever I give up now, I'm going to get back triple in the end. The things I lose now, I'll get back. The things you lose now, the little heartache you go through, or the hard times you go through, is nothing compared to the reward that you're going to receive. So I told him, I got this. Lord, I got this. Because no matter what, even though I'm not worried about things about God, if them people wanted to hurt my family and do whatever they wanted to do, they would have did it anyway. They're going to do it anyway. You can't stop them from doing anything you want to do. You can't stop hard times. But the thing is, if you got to go through hard times, you might as well go with them working with it. So at the end, you have something coming back. Ain't no sense of going through hard times and you don't have nothing. You don't even have life after death. Because as I said, this game for these people, the people that's doing this game is over them. You know how them video games go. You only have so many lives. Once you use up them lives, you're not coming back no more. They done had their free life. They done had their 3 lives where they done even giving them chance after chance after chance. They done used up all their lives. But God has another life in store for us. So, but you guys, I love you. Stay prayed up. Put your faith in God, because God can take that. God say, don't be afraid of a man that can only take your body. He can do anything he wants with that body, as long as he can't take your spirit. He has no control of your soul unless you give it to him. So if he has no power over you, but the flesh, fight him. Fight him. It's a fight anyway. Sometimes you don't even know you're in a fight, but fight him. But talk too much. I've talked too much. I got 40 minutes left to make it 30 minutes. I got 40 seconds left. Okay, so I'm going to use these 40 seconds real fast. I love you guys. Stay prayed up. Turn to God. Put all your faith in God. Don't hold back nothing. Don't hold back nothing. Give it to him. Give him your all. And see what start happens in your life. See what you start working with. See how you don't have to be afraid of anything. He's in control. He'll take your hand and lift you and pull you and take you in directions you never even imagined. You will be able to do things with powers you wouldn't even think you had. You just have to be fearless in God. So my 30 seconds, my 40 seconds is up. I love you. Keep praying. I'll pray for you. You pray for me. God bless. Bye bye.